So I turned an egg box. It's hollowed out. So I'm going to put a base enamel on. It's a gloss enamel. It's interior, exterior paint. And it dries pretty fast. So I'm just going to put this on here and let it dry, and then I'll do some coloring. So I've got my bedways covered with a towel, and I've got this board. I'm just going to put it on slow, maybe a little faster than slow. I'm going to block my chuck so I don't paint it. I'm just going to put one coat on, let it dry, and then I'll put another coat on. I don't want it to run, so I'm not going to spray it on really thick. Could dry it with my ancient hair dryer here. And yes, when I say ancient, I really mean ancient. It's ancient. I don't have it on super high heat because I don't want it to bubble. That's probably dry to the touch already. Now I could leave it the way it is and sand it down, but I'm not going to do that. I want to make sure it's a nice deep black coat. That's one technique if I was to let it sand it off the way it is. That's a totally different coloring technique. So this is one I did earlier today. It's still not quite set completely, so I'm just going to let it sit for the rest of the night and dry before I turn off the bottom. I can pop the lid off and do that. Now I paint it with it attached so that the feathering is continuous. Okay. I could probably take it off. Oh, geez. Yeah. I forgot. This one was a pretty loose fit, so I put a piece of Kleenex in there to hold it together. Now I can just take a very fine knife and take those little fuzzies off. But it's a nice loose fit. You don't want to have to pry it. Oh, Jesus. You don't want to have to pry it apart. See, and you can tell if your feathers aren't lining up, you don't have it on correctly. So there's the one. So I'll clean that up and I'll show you how to paint the feathers when this tacks up a little bit. Actually, I could probably paint it now. I'm done with the black spray paint. We'll put that there. I have a little cup of water here with the color that I'm going to use. I'm going to take a string. It's just a butcher's twine string. I'm going to soak half of it in the cup of water so it gets wet. And bring out my acrylic paint. Give myself some room here. I'm going to use my white again, like I did on the other one. And I'll use a little bit of purple. Now, something I didn't do with the other one, and I should have done, is add a little bit of water to that. I'm not afraid to get my fingers wet or anything here. And my fingers full of paint. I want to make sure it's light enough because this paint is really thick. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit. I might add a bit more. Should be okay, I think. Put a bit more white at the tip. Maybe a bit more in the middle. There. Yeah, I'm getting paint all over myself already. There, just watering it down a bit. They are water-based paints, so yeah, we can do that. Okay. All right. Stick my stick over here. I'll take my string, and I'm just rolling the string in the paint a little bit to pick up enough. Okay, so we start here, lay it down right over the box opening. Whoop. Yeah, that one didn't work so well. For some reason this string is stiffer than it was last time. Yeah, that's not so good. I wonder if I can take some of that off. Can I? I can. Look at that. All right. Let's try this again. There. And right down this side, and then you drag it around the other way. Why is it twisting? I don't know. I am going to take a pair of scissors or a knife and cut off some of that end. There we go. Try this again. Something I've learned when I was playing with this today is I can do this, and then I can do this. That doesn't look so bad. And then we're just going to lay it down. There. That's not too bad. Not the greatest, but it's not bad. It's not working very well. That's not too bad. Nothing is perfect, obviously. I'm going to try something a little different here. I'm going to turn my string around. Try and do it this way. Okay. Ooh, don't drop it on there. That's better. Yeah. So I learned this technique from watching a Wayne Clasper video on YouTube. He does a lot of painting on his wood turnings. Now he did this on a flat piece, which turned out beautiful. And I figured, oh, maybe I'll try it on my eggs. So here's my version, anyway. quill at the bottom. Yeah. Ooh, that one turned out pretty good. See, I put the little quill all the way to the top in that one. Just by doing that. Hey, look at that. Cool. That one looks better now. Okay. Put one more here. Now all your feathers don't have to be the same size. Some can be smaller. And they can be curved. There. I'm going to leave that like that. And we'll call it pretty well done. And yes, I have paint all over my fingers. I'm just going to wipe that off a little bit. But I'm going to let that dry on the lathe. And I'll take a look at it tomorrow. So here are the final two pieces. You can't really see the break in the box until you take it off. And they're easy enough to line up again. There we go. Sorry, my lighting is horrible right now. I have to get better lighting. But anyway, there's the other one. I did put a spray of clear lacquer over top of them. But they're both just a loose fit. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to YouTube. And if you hit the bell icon, you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.